If you are between the ages of 65 and 80, pause for a few seconds and listen very carefully, because what you are about to hear may change the way you see yourself completely. There is a strong chance that you are not simply getting older, you are aging exceptionally well. Many people believe that longevity is a matter of luck, genetics, or a destiny already written. But the truth is far more complex than that. A long life is not decided by one dramatic moment. It is shaped by small things, by the habits you repeat every day, by the abilities you still possess, and often by strengths whose value you may not even recognize anymore. There are people in their 70 seconds, 75 seconds, even 80 seconds, who still walk with confidence, think clearly, live independently, and truly enjoy their lives. They are not just living longer, they are living better. They refuse to let age define their limits. And most importantly, they show very clear signs that both their body and mind are aging the right way. In this video, we will walk through 8 key signs, 8 abilities that may seem ordinary, but are in fact powerful indicators of health, independence, and longevity. If you can still do these things, your chances of living to 90 or even 100 are significantly higher than most people your age. Some of these signs will make you nod immediately. Others may surprise you. And the final sign in particular is something very few people pay attention to, yet it plays a decisive role in how long you live and how well you live in the years ahead. This is not a video meant to make you anxious or afraid of aging. On the contrary, it is a powerful reminder that the human body is capable of maintaining strength, flexibility, and mental sharpness far longer than we are led to believe if we understand it correctly and act accordingly. So don't just watch this video, reflect on yourself as you do. Ask yourself, out of these 8 signs, how many do you still have? And if there is something you have lost, are you willing to reclaim it? If you truly care about your health, your longevity, and the quality of your life, I encourage you to stay until the very end of this video. And right now, leave a comment with the number 1 below to let me know that you are watching, you are listening, and you are ready to stay with me until the final minute. Let's begin. Sign 1. Standing up from a chair without using your hands. One of the clearest and most reliable signs that your body is aging well has nothing to do with how much weight you can lift or how fast you can walk. It comes down to one very simple action. Can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? It may sound insignificant, but in reality, this is an exceptionally accurate measure of overall strength, balance, and independence as you age. When you rise from a chair using only your legs, it shows that the key muscle groups in your thighs, hips, and core are still strong enough to support your full body weight. At the same time, it indicates that your nervous system and motor coordination are functioning efficiently. Over time, muscle loss happens naturally. However, how fast or how slowly that decline occurs depends greatly on how you use your body. Many people do not realize their strength is fading until they find themselves needing to push off with their hands, lean forward, or brace themselves just to stand up. When that happens, it is not merely a strength issue, it is a warning sign of future balance problems and an increased risk of falls. Needing to use your hands to stand up often means your leg muscles are no longer strong enough to do their job on their own. Weak legs lead to reduced mobility, slower reactions, and a higher risk of injury. This is precisely why doctors and geriatric specialists consider the ability to stand up from a chair without assistance one of the most important indicators of longevity and quality of life. If standing up feels smooth, stable, and effortless for you without any help from your arms, that is a very positive sign. It means you still have good control over your body, sufficient strength to remain independent in daily life, and a solid physical foundation for the years ahead. And even if you cannot fully do this yet, there is something crucial to remember. Strength can be rebuilt at any age. With simple, consistent, and properly performed exercises, leg strength can return, and confidence in movement can be restored. The ability to stand up from a chair is not just a movement. It is a symbol of independence, quiet strength, and a body that is still moving in the right direction on the path to a long, healthy life. Sign 2. Walking at a brisk pace without getting short of breath. After the ability to stand up from a chair, another equally important indicator of healthy aging is your walking speed. It is not about how far you can walk, but how fast you can move and how your body feels while doing it. If you can still walk at a brisk, purposeful pace without becoming short of breath or fatigued, that is an extremely positive signal. Walking speed directly reflects the health of your heart, lungs, muscles, and circulatory system. When you walk quickly and steadily, Your heart must pump efficiently, your lungs must deliver enough oxygen, and your muscles must work in coordinated harmony to sustain movement. If all of these systems are functioning smoothly, your body is in very good condition compared to most people in the same age group. What makes walking speed especially important is that its decline often happens quietly. At first, you may only notice that you walk a little slower or need to rest a bit more. Over time, this becomes the new normal, and many people fail to recognize it as an early sign of declining cardiovascular fitness. The problem often becomes obvious only when climbing stairs feels exhausting or when you have to stop to catch your breath after a short distance. People who maintain a fast walking pace tend to have better endurance, more stable balance, and higher overall energy levels. Beyond that, brisk walking improves blood flow to the brain, supporting memory, focus, and a slower rate of cognitive decline. In other words, quick, confident steps nourish not only the body, but the mind as well. If you want to test yourself, try walking at your normal pace for a few meters, then speed up as if you were trying to catch an elevator before the doors close. If you can do this comfortably without dizziness or shortness of breath, it is a strong sign that your health foundation remains solid. The good news is that walking speed can be improved at any age. By walking regularly, paying attention to posture, and gently increasing your pace over time, you are making a direct investment in your longevity. A faster step today can become the foundation for many more healthy years ahead. Sign 3. Being able to balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds. There is one ability that seems small, almost unnoticed, yet it reveals a great deal about how well your body is aging. That ability is balance. If you are between the ages of 65 and 80 and can still stand firmly on one leg for at least 10 seconds without wobbling, without grabbing onto anything, you possess a major advantage that many people your age have already begun to lose. Balance is not simply about staying upright. It is a finely tuned collaboration between the brain, the nervous system, the muscles, vision, and the inner ear. The moment you lift one foot off the ground, your entire body must instantly coordinate to keep you stable. If even one part of that system weakens, balance is often the first ability to decline. What makes balance loss especially dangerous is how quietly it happens. It rarely arrives all at once. At first, it may feel like slight unsteadiness when putting on socks, needing to lean against a wall to pull on pants, or lightly holding a chair when turning around. Many people ignore these signals until one near fall suddenly forces them to realize that their body is no longer as steady as it once was. So why does balance matter so much? Because a fall in older age is not a minor incident. One fall can trigger a cascade of serious consequences: injury, hospitalization, loss of mobility, and even the loss of confidence to move freely again. People who maintain good balance tend to move more independently, live with less fear, and preserve their autonomy for much longer. If you want to test yourself, stand near a stable surface, lift one foot off the ground, and slowly count to 10. If you can remain steady, it is a strong sign that your nervous system and muscles are still working in harmony. And that is an excellent signal for your future health. Even if you cannot hold your balance for long yet, remember this: balance can be trained. With just a small amount of daily practice, your stability can improve significantly. And every second you stand firmly today is one more step forward on your journey toward a longer, healthier life. If you feel that your balance is still strong and what you just heard truly reflects you, leave a comment with the number 1 below the video. If instead this feels like a reminder that balance deserves more attention, leave a comment with the number 0. Either way, what matters most is that you have begun paying closer attention to your own health. Sign 4. Being able to sit on the floor and stand back up without assistance. There is one ability that many people only recognize the value of after it is gone: the ability to sit down on the floor and stand back up on your own. If you can still do this without holding onto a chair, a table, or asking someone for help, your body is far more flexible and resilient than that of most people your age. Sitting down on the floor and rising again may look simple, but in reality, it requires full body coordination. Your leg muscles must be strong enough to control the descent and ascent. Your core must be stable enough to maintain balance. Your hips and knees must remain flexible, and your nervous system must react quickly to adjust posture. Only when all of these elements work together can this movement feel smooth and controlled. Many older adults gradually avoid the floor, not because they do not want to sit there, but because they fear they will not be able to get back up. Ironically, that avoidance accelerates the loss of this ability. When a movement is no longer used, muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and confidence in movement fades. This quiet cycle slowly erodes independence without people even realizing it. Being able to stand up from the floor means far more than convenience. It reflects your body's capacity for recovery. If you trip and fall, if you need to bend down to tie your shoes, play with a grandchild, or pick something up, does your body have the strength and control to handle it? People who maintain this ability tend to move with less fear, greater confidence, and more independence in daily life. Research on aging also shows a strong link between the ability to rise from the floor without assistance and longevity. The better you can control your movements and the less you rely on others, the more likely you are to live longer and to live with a higher quality of life. The key thing to remember is this: this ability does not disappear overnight, and it is not something you can never regain. With appropriate exercises, slow and mindful movement, and consistent practice, the body can relearn what it once did well. Preserving the ability to sit down on the floor and stand back up is, in essence, preserving a vital part of your freedom and autonomy as you grow older. Sign 5. Being able to carry heavy bags without difficulty. True strength in later life is not defined by intense workouts or athletic achievements. It shows up in how easily you handle everyday tasks. If you can still carry a full, heavy shopping bag without straining, tensing your body, or needing to stop halfway, it is a strong sign that your body is maintaining a solid foundation of strength. Carrying a bag may seem like an arm exercise, but in reality it engages an entire chain of muscles. Your hands need sufficient grip strength to hold firmly, your forearms and shoulders must tolerate the load, your back and core must remain stable to keep balance, and your legs must be steady to move safely. When all of these muscle groups work together smoothly, carrying weight feels natural rather than exhausting. Grip strength, in particular, is a metric that health professionals take very seriously. Numerous studies show that people with strong grip strength tend to have better overall muscle health, more efficient nervous system function, and a lower risk of general physical decline. On the other hand, when you begin struggling to open a bottle, lift bags, or find yourself constantly switching hands due to fatigue, these are often early warning signs of declining functional strength. The real concern is not needing help once in a while, but gradually avoiding tasks that used to feel normal. When you stop carrying heavier items, you move less. When you move less, muscles weaken faster. And as muscles weaken, dependence quietly increases. People who can still carry heavy items with confidence tend to feel more capable in daily life. They experience less fatigue, less fear of injury, and greater independence overall. This sense of physical competence is a critical foundation for maintaining autonomy as you age. The encouraging truth is that strength does not disappear if you continue to use it. With simple movements repeated consistently each day, the body receives a clear signal to preserve and even rebuild strength. Being able to carry a heavy bag today is not just a sign of good physical condition, it is proof that your body remains strong enough to support you on the path to a longer, healthier life. Sign 6. Being able to climb a full flight of stairs without stopping. There is a very practical test that requires no equipment, no gym, and no special preparation. Yet it reveals a great deal about your overall health. It is the ability to climb an entire flight of stairs without having to stop to catch your breath or rest midway. If you can still do this with relative ease, it is a strong sign that your body is functioning far more efficiently than average for your age. Climbing stairs demands the simultaneous cooperation of multiple systems in the body. Your leg muscles must be strong enough to propel you upward. Your heart must pump continuously to supply working muscles with blood. Your lungs must deliver sufficient oxygen, and your nervous system must keep each step stable and controlled. If even one of these systems weakens, stairs quickly become a challenge. What often goes unnoticed is that endurance loss tends to creep in gradually. Many people do not realize their stamina is declining until they begin avoiding stairs altogether. At first, choosing the elevator feels convenient. Over time, it becomes a habit. But that avoidance accelerates physical decline. Leg muscles weaken, heart and lung capacity diminishes, and overall resilience decreases. In contrast, people who continue to climb stairs regularly tend to maintain stronger legs, steadier heart rhythms, and higher daily energy levels. Physicians often view stair climbing ability as a quick indicator of cardiovascular health. If you can make it up a full flight without excessive fatigue, it suggests your heart and lungs are still working efficiently. Beyond the physical aspect, stair climbing also reflects mindset. Those who still have the capacity to climb are usually less afraid of exertion and less likely to trade capability for convenience. This is one of the key differences between simply getting older and aging well. If you reflect and realize that you can still climb stairs steadily and confidently, take that as a positive sign. If you find yourself becoming easily winded, it is not a final verdict. It is a prompt to start paying closer attention to your endurance. If this sign applies to you, leave a comment with the number 1 below. If you feel you need to improve your stair climbing ability, leave a comment with the number 0. Either way, what matters most is that you have recognized the signal and are ready to act for your own health. Sign 8. Waking up feeling clear-minded and ready for the day. There is one health signal that is often underestimated, yet it has a deeper impact on longevity than most people realize. That signal is sleep quality. If you wake up in the morning feeling alert, mentally clear, and physically ready to begin the day, it is a powerful indication that your body is still repairing and restoring itself effectively while you sleep. As we age, sleep patterns often change. Many people find it harder to fall asleep, wake up frequently during the night, or wake up early without feeling rested. However, consistently poor sleep and waking up exhausted are not inevitable parts of aging. On the contrary, if you are still able to sleep deeply and wake up feeling refreshed, it suggests that your nervous system, hormonal balance, and circulation are functioning in a stable and healthy way. Quality sleep is when the body does its most important maintenance work. During sleep, the brain organizes and processes information, the immune system is strengthened, cells repair themselves, and energy is restored for the next day. People who sleep well tend to have better memory, more emotional balance, and smoother, more confident movement in daily life. Pay close attention to how you feel in the morning. Can you wake up without an alarm? Does your mind feel sharp rather than foggy? Are you able to stay mentally alert for most of the day without persistent fatigue? These simple questions reveal a great deal about your sleep quality and how well your body is recovering overnight. Good sleep does more than help you feel comfortable. It is closely linked to heart health, brain function, and long-term longevity. People who consistently sleep well are less likely to struggle with blood pressure issues, memory decline, or chronic low energy. Restful sleep is the quiet foundation of a healthy body. When you sleep deeply and sufficiently, you wake up with confidence, clarity, and readiness to move. And if you still experience that feeling most mornings, it is a very strong sign that your body is aging the right way and that it has the inner strength to support a long, active, and high-quality life ahead. Conclusion. When you look back at all 8 signs we have just discussed, the most important thing is not how many of them you can currently do. What truly matters is that you are beginning to understand what your body is telling you. Each sign reflects not only your present health, but also the direction you are heading in the years ahead. If you recognize that you still maintain many of these abilities, allow yourself a quiet sense of pride. It means your body is still functioning in harmony, from muscle strength and balance to cardiovascular endurance, mental clarity, and sleep quality. You are not merely moving through time, you are preserving a strong foundation for living independently, confidently, and fully as you grow older. And if a few of these signs made you pause and reflect, that is not a negative outcome. On the contrary, it is an opportunity to adjust, to pay closer attention to what your body truly needs. Strength can be rebuilt, flexibility can be improved, memory can be trained, sleep can become deeper and more restorative when the right habits are in place. The human body has a remarkable capacity to adapt at any age. What matters most is not waiting until your body forces you to change. Act before decline turns into limitation. Small, consistent actions taken each day form the strongest foundation for longevity and quality of life in the future. Aging does not have to mean weakness, dependence, or losing yourself. You can grow older with strength, clarity, and freedom. And these 8 signs serve as a powerful reminder that you have far more control than you may have believed. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Your willingness to pay attention to your own health is the most important first step toward a longer, more meaningful, and more fulfilling life, one day at a time.